So, Don Brothers episode 12. This episode saw the debut of the Don Brothers Megazord, the Don Brothers mech, and it's called the Don Onitaijin. And seeing this mech in action, it looks freaking awesome. I'm a huge fan of this mech design, especially how it was first formed, where they combined all their Robotaro forms, and they're just normal size, and then near the end of the final fight, when the monster of the week gets big, then it turns big. But this brand new Megazord design looks really sleek, and I love it. I've already pre-ordered the toy. It should be coming sometime next month, but either way, I'm a huge fan of this mech design, and it does make me wonder what's going to happen to the, the Zenkai Deno, or the Duran mech combined thing we saw at the start of the series. I wonder if that mech's going to go away, or it will make a return later down the line in the series when they can't summon this mech. But either way, this mech had a really cool debut, really cool fight scene, and I can't wait to see it in other episodes. Now, let's talk about the plot of the episode, because the plot of the episode, to be honest, wasn't that interesting. Now, before you angrily hit the dislike button because you said I didn't find the episode all that interesting, hear me out. I didn't find the stuff with the idol that interesting in the episode. I kind of felt she was a boring one-off character that we're probably never going to see again. And her getting involved in the episode wasn't nearly really that necessary. I cannot say words. I'm still recovering from being sick right now. Like, seeing her in the episode wasn't that necessary. Like, because there was some stuff going on with her heroes that we could have focused on. But instead we had this idol character that I didn't really care about, and I don't think we're ever going to see her again. I don't think she's ever going to come back, and I think she was just like celebrity eye candy, to be honest, like that Toku celebrity candy, and she didn't seem that important, because I looked her up. She's kind of an important voice actor, and she was a good actress. I did enjoy her singing and stuff like that, but she didn't play that much of a big role in the episode, apart from that one thing she taught Momotaro. Apart from everything else, she was like singing and dancing in the background, and then she sort of played a role at the end of the episode where she was boy who cried wolf, or girl who cried wolf in this point. And she faked breaking a leg and faked being stalked because she didn't like being outshined by the other idol. And that's where Momotaro kind of learns a little bit about lying. So, let's talk about Momotaro in this episode, because he kind of gets the spotlight in this episode, but then it's sort of thrown away for the idol, like I said. So, Momotaro is having trouble lying, like we've seen since we first saw him, where he's got this workmate. He kind of pinched all the melon cookies or whatever they were, and he stole them, and his boss comes in, which is, I think, is a different boss they had on shift this time. The boss comes in, and he's like, who ate all these cookies, or where'd all these cookies go? And everyone's looking at Momotaro, they're signaling, and they're shaking their heads saying, don't squeal on the dude, don't tell the truth, don't tell the truth. And Momotaro tells the truth, and the dude gets in trouble, and he's unable to visit his mother. So, Momotaro being truthful gets someone in trouble. And then you see it again at the cafe where the idol's performing, and everyone's having their team meeting. The 5 of them are getting together, they're having a team meeting, and they're waiting on Inuzuka, and Inuzuka, as he shows up, as soon as he arrives, he's chased by the police. The bad guy we saw from last week, who was possessed by the bestial, he's still possessed by the bestial, which is really interesting. I thought it would have left his body by now, but no, that's not the case. But he has this stare down with Momotaro, and it goes nowhere. They just look at each other, they play this ominous music, which is really cool, and he just leaves. So, that goes nowhere. But there's this really funny gag in the cafe where they're saying, oh, Momotaro, you can't lie, so let's try it on something basic. And Saru Brothers saying, oh, why don't you say, I'm a woman? And you have Momotaro going, watashi wa, and he can't say the sentence, and he just faints. And Saru brother comes to the conclusion saying, so if you lie, you die? And that doesn't really get answered, but it just shows that Momotaro cannot lie. He's got to tell the truth, or something bad will happen to him. Now, there's also this other scene with Sonoi, the blue brain people, where he encounters the bestial late at night. He attacks him. Nothing happens, it gets away, and that sort of scene goes nowhere. And then he encounters Momotaro, and they have this little talk where he talks about him not being to lie, and that's how they sort of bond with each other, and they're becoming good friends. And you can see these two characters becoming friends. They have stuff in common, they're getting along, but then next week they're gonna have a duel and they're gonna face off against each other, so that's going to be very interesting to see where that plotline is going to go. Like, these characters have been really friendly when they bump into each other recently, so I do wonder what's going to make them sort of figure out each other's identities and start clashing in future episodes, so that should be very interesting. And there seems to be some kind of tie, because like we saw a couple of episodes ago, or last week I think, where the brain people went to visit Jin, or Momotaro's stepfather, in prison, and they had a conversation with him. So are they tied with him being locked in prison, or do they know why he's locked in prison, or do they know what Momotaro's about and stuff like that? So these whole characters and their connections are kind of a mystery, and seeing Momotaro and Sonoi fight again next week should be an interesting thing to see. So yeah, that was Donbrothers episode 12. The idol stuff I didn't really care that much about, but the mech stuff, or the Zord fight, was really cool to see. And like I said at the start of the review, it's a really cool Zord design. I really like it. It looks really freaking awesome. Gurren Lagann vibes and stuff like that. It had some really cool scenes to show off what it can do, such as the flying mechanics and stuff like that. And I really enjoyed seeing it fight. It looked really amazing. So, with that said, I'm going to bring this review of Donbrothers episode 12 to a close. If you enjoyed this review, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, take care, bye.